Hello and welcome to the channel, How We Move the Decimal. In today's video, we're watching my cat walk across my drawing screen. So I'm going to have to get a new piece of paper because God bless him. With this, I am photographing slides to sell on eBay. These are vintage 35mm slides. This is from a cruise, I think, but I forget what year. These are Bell & Howell containers. I like these containers. These are good, nice, storable containers. They're not big and bulky, and they don't add a lot of weight to packages, which is great. I do ship a lot of my slides in the plastic containers they come in or in boxes that I've gotten slide lots out of. So sometimes you'll get a box from me that's not the slide, it didn't go with the slides there, but I keep extra boxes around, especially if I sell larger lots. Then I'll keep the smaller boxes to use for smaller lots. In today's video, I want to talk a little bit about ChatGPT. Now, if you are in the educational arena like myself, you might have heard from this and like all of those kids cheating on their assignments by having AIs create them. Or if you're in the tech world and you're following a lot of this AI stuff, much like AI art that we need to be aware of, this is AI for writing. And it could be useful in the reselling arena, especially when making templates. We've used it for like rubrics and stuff in the educational world, making templates, which are much like rubrics, but in the reselling world, for item descriptions would be great. I've had people use it by just putting their original stuff in there and having it rearrange it and make it sound better. So those of us that maybe grammar is not our number one skill in life, it could be useful for that. I could see it being useful to make templates, like for sizes, descriptions, all of that. That could be very useful. And then you could just cut and paste and then put what you need to in there. With ChatGPT, you give it parameters. So like you could say, create an item description to sell tennis shoes on eBay. And you could put like 4 sentences, 2 sentences, one, you can tell it the length and stuff. So you can customize it in that way, which is really nice. This is something, we don't have to worry about plagiarism on item descriptions when we're using ChatGPT. We don't have to worry about people going, oh, this is very generic, because quite frankly, being generic helps us with that. We can add the details later, but a lot of times just the generic stuff, and you guys have seen it on my listing videos where I put refer to photos for condition and measurements. Stuff like that can be put through ChatGPT to word it better, make it look appealing. Or if you're just having trouble writing descriptions, this could be a legitimate option. Again, if we say AI though, or AI generated, people start getting very up in roars, and like the whole AI art thing where people paid like $4 to an app and the app generated AI art pictures of them. Don't get me started on it. There's a lot of issues with that. It's fun though, and if it was free, I would probably do it, but I'm not going to pay $4 for it because I do have my moral boundaries, I guess, and $4 is it. But it could like lead to people having body dysmorphic disorders. It's drawing you the way you don't look, or the ideal you, or things you couldn't achieve. That all can happen with that. It's, listen to my psych spiel about AI art. Not even about the ethical, like taking pieces of art from other people and patching it together. Not even looking at ethically that way. Just looking at it from the images it's creating of people. But could it be a useful tool? Could it cut down on our listing times? Because in the end, it's all about listing time. If it takes us too long to list, we're losing money. And I was thinking about that when I was thinking about pictures. So using ChatGPT, granted, I'm still waiting in line now to get into it. If it's full, you have to wait in line to get into it. I'm waiting in line to see if I can get it to work for a description and mess around with it and play with it and make some templates. But you do have to wait in line. If it's full, you have to wait in line. And apparently it's full right now in early afternoon. So I'm waiting. I've had to wait before. I've waited overnight before. I just let it run while I was waiting. That's not a huge deal. But I want to mess around with it and see if it's a viable option for using for descriptions, because that's one of my least favorite parts of listing is the descriptions, because that can take quite a long time. A lot of times I do cut and paste the title and then add look at pictures and if there's any damage, all of that. But could we, you know, automate this any better? If it is, I'm on board for that. So I'm currently waiting in line to see if I can mess with that for item descriptions. I'll probably do it for like jeans and shirts and hard goods, but my hard goods are so hit and miss. I don't, I have the slides, so I could do jeans, shirts, and slides, but otherwise my hard goods are whatever I happen to look up or my husband happens to look up on auctions or at thrift stores, so maybe. But I got on this because it takes so long to list, and I was thinking about photographing. And my photographs by no means should ever be used as an example on how to optimize eBay photographs. The only thing that really helps with my photographs is my DGF of it all, but if it's not photographed, it can't be listed. If it's not listed, it's not selling. I don't have the ability to have a studio. I don't have a specific standalone area to list on eBay. I did not paint one of my walls white for a background. I do have studio lights. I have 2 umbrella lights. Not really umbrella lights. The square enclosed umbrella lights. I do have 2 larger lights. But I actually found listing in my dining room with my large glass sliding door is better. I get more natural light. That does inhibit me listing at night, so I do my best listing during the day when the light is coming in, but I like that better than using the studio lights. And quite frankly, the studio lights are a bit of a pain in the butt. They're large, they're hard to move around. They're just not what I expected them to be. Other people have said, it's better using the larger ring light things than it is the larger studio lights. But I would be taking it down and putting it up, taking it down and putting it up at least once a day, multiple times a week. I do this in my dining room. I can't just leave large studio lights there. I, quite frankly, can't devote that much time to clearing off my table. So my items get photographed. They get photographed quickly. They get, I get the measurements in the photographs, but I'm not trying to get a white background. I'm not messing with the lighting. It is what it is. I'm not selling like really high dollar expensive things. So, but if there is an issue with the photograph in particular, blue purple. Shirts that are blue and shirts that are purple, I do have issues with that I will often have to try to refocus my camera, or I'll have to shine a light on it. And a lot of times I'm really bougie here and I'll hold a flashlight in one hand and take the picture with the other hand just to get the proper color, because for some reason a lot of the purples look blue and a lot of the blues look purple. I don't know if that's a camera setting. I don't know if it's a light bulb thing. I do put white daylight light bulbs in all of my fixtures, so maybe that was an issue. I'm not sure. But if it's not photographed, it can't be listed. If it's not listed, it's not selling. I did cut down a lot on my photograph time by sorting out my items pre-photographing. So putting all of my jeans together, putting all of my shirts together, putting all of my bed sheets together, all of my hard goods together. And I was just able to process them a lot faster when you get in the rhythm, like take, jeans, you have to do the waist, the hip, the thigh, the ankle, the length. And once you like know that I have to do that, I have to do that, I have to do that, then it becomes very quick to do it. It's one after the other. Same with shirts when you have to do sleeve length, shirt length, chest width. You just get in a rhythm because it's one after the other after the other. So I did save time doing that. I could probably save even more time taking photos with my phone and not my camera because there's the middleman step of then also uploading them onto my computer and then uploading them into the listing. However, my husband this past weekend was listing hard goods and he took all of the pictures for a specific hard good and the app glitched and it just reopened and he lost everything. He lost the description, the pictures, everything, and it wasn't saved in drafts. We went and looked on the computer even to find it. So because he didn't actually have hard copies of those pictures in file form, he had to then go back and retake all of those pictures, where at least with me using my camera, I do have like a physical copy of that picture, and that helps me also with inventory. So when I go through and I look at like pictures in November, I can go through and be like, okay, I sold this, 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 and this already, and these are the items I have left then for that month. And it's helped me when items have dropped off eBay because I knew that they were listed because I had the pictures of them. So it does help with an inventory system doing the actual files of pictures. I do delete them after so long. If they've sold, I don't keep them forever. That'd be ridiculous. I'd have so many pictures. And also, eBay lets you do 24 pictures now with items. So I think they've realized pictures are becoming more important. I'm super excited because I can do more measurements in the pictures now. I can do more pictures of flaws if there's a flaw. So I love that there's 24 pictures now. So that is great. Thank you for watching my channel. Please like and subscribe.
Love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't be scared. Just don't be I'm so gone, no I'm never turning back. I won't stop, I'ma fight until there's nothing left. It's so on, you're gonna be hurting bad. Cause I've been to hell and back. You don't wanna make me mad. I stay strong, you will never see me crack. And if you get in my way, you're gonna feel the wrath. Gotta say it to my face while he's looking back. Mirror breaks after math, when I hate I attack. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal.